Hi guys, how you doing? This is my new foster dog, Mills. Kavik just left yesterday, as you all know. So let's talk about certain things, okay? When you go and adopt a dog, or you get a dog, you get a foster dog, and you notice he's all full of energy, so you go and take your dog for a walk. And you notice the energy level is still there. What are you gonna do? Well, guess what? Today's lesson is mind games. Because the fact that if you go and do only physical things with him, throw your ball, take him for walks and everything like that, you're building up his physical endurance. He's gonna keep on going and going, which is very healthy and very wise, but you have to mix it in with your mental stimulations at the same time. So let's get going. Alright, let's talk about using the equipment around your house. I am blessed. I have a park near my house. So, I'm going to mentally stimulate my dog at the same time as physically exhausting her. So let's get started. This just looks like a regular, normal bench that you sit on, right? You could actually use this to help out your dog. So let's go under. Under. Ready? Go. Nope. You're going to go down. Under. And if she does not know how to go under, that is when the lure comes in handy, where you go on the ground, you're going to stick the treat underneath, and you're going to lure her underneath. So we're going to go under again. So she's thinking of what I want her to do. Now, not only am I going to make her use her brain by going up, but we are going to go under. Tala. Under. All the way through. Nope. Round. So now she's going to have to think of what I want her to do. This is basically going to start exhausting her. Down. And under. Now if you really want to get high tech, Paula, under. Did you see that? Now I'm changing her rhythm. So she already knows how to go up, under, nope, under, and through. Good girl. So let's go through the other equipment in this lovely park. Okay. So here we are at another equipment at the park. We have caution tapes because we didn't want our kids to come over here. Coronavirus is all over the place. We already sanitized this area, but the fact that we just don't want the kids to come over here. But we have our lovely child here, right? You still need to exhaust them. So you're going to do the same thing as you're going to teach them how to go through, Tala through, and then under. So now she's actually really working her brain. Over, under, and did you notice how she's working it? I'm basically telling her what she needs to do, and I could really mess with her. Under, and under. So I'm not giving her the same thing. Over, over, Paula, over. Always want to change up the pattern, and you don't want to do the same thing over and over again. But remember, you always start with the luring, mostly when they're brand new and they don't know how to play this game. She's a little bit more advanced. I put her through this strut all the time because her endurance, physical endurance, is really high. So now I have to work on her mind. So we got one more obstacle to do, and then we're gonna go back inside and we're gonna show you, hey, if it's a rainy day like today, how am I gonna exhaust my dog mentally for the day? Okay, this is just an ordinary picnic table. How can this mentally get her brain working? Well, let me show you. Ready? Follow. Sit down. So we're gonna make her under. Then guess what? I'm taking her back up. So now she has to use all her body parts to go through everything, and this helps them out. Back under, and under. So now she has to figure out how to get her body up on the bench, right? Under, and over, and then over. It's working her front end, working her back end, and it's also working her mind, because now she has to figure out how to lift her legs up onto the surface of the bench, under, over. See, it is a workout. There we go. And then I'm going to place her back under. Under, and under. All right. So you saw some of the stimulation that she had to do. Not only was it mental, but it was physical. She had to use her body and her mind to go through this obstacle course. And it's not just a bench for a picnic. Hi, you guys. So we actually have jumping equipment right here. You could actually use PVC pipe and just put a blanket or a cloth over it. Right now I have one that can't go through. I have, sit, good boy. I have a dog that knows how to go through the whole thing, and she cheats. So this is another thing that you could do inside if it's raining. You could bring it out to your garage, or you could bring it out to your living room. It doesn't matter where it's going. So this uses their physical endurance and their brain, because they're trying to remember how to use their back end to jump over the jump and continue going. So if he's never done this before, we're going to see if he does it for me. I'm going to lure him over. Here we go. Okay, over. Oh, wow, good. I'm automatically going to give him a jackpot. That was surprising. I'm a little shocked. That was good. He just made me look good, guys. But you have a certain amount of treats in your hand, and then you're going to give your dog a break. Remember, it's a 15-minute break. Let's do this. Over. Yes. Over. Yes. And over. Yes. I'm noticing that he's getting tired, so we are going to stop him for a little bit for his 15-minute break, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you another game to play. Okay, you guys, we're back. It's been 15 minutes. So we're going to change up the training. We're not always going to use the same equipment all the time for his training session, because you always want to keep his brain working and stuff like that. He has that down pat. Apparently I don't know what I was talking about. So now we are going to go on to front. Front is basically him putting his feet on a feeder. So right now I have this right here, or you could use a bucket or anything that you have in your house. You don't have to go to a country store and get the feeder. I'm going to lure him into that position. So remember, there's no words to this. We're luring. If he gives it to us, we're going to give him treats. Then get it. And then we're going to bring him back. So again, we are going to lure him. Jackpot, and get it. Remember, you always say the word before you throw the treat. So we just did the maximum treats that we do for this exercise. So we're going to go and put him on a 15-minute break, And I'm going to bring out Tala, and we're going to go and show you a little bit more advanced on it. So then you could see what you could do eventually after you get this down pat. Let's go get her. Okay, so now let's go and move this whole game up. We have 2 feeders now, and we are going to start making her go back and forth between the 2. And then you'll understand as you advance and as you teach your dog step by step on how to do the front. So let's show you how it's done. Front, front, front. Yes. Did you notice now she's going to wherever I point to, right? Front. She's putting both of her paws in. Front. Front. And I'm not always going to give her a treat. Front. Yes. Front. Front. And front. And remember to switch up your hands that you're giving the treats to, so she's not always paying attention to this hand right here all the time. She now doesn't know what treat is going to be on. So I'm going to show you something else with these feeders for more advance. So if you notice her feet is on the feeder. So you're trying to figure out how to get her to spin. So you're going to keep your hand on your hip. That's where your treat is. And you're going to slowly, 1, 2, give her a treat. This is how you're going to teach her how to go round. So it's going to be 1, 2, treat. Now if you have to, you could treat every step that she takes. So if you're at you have a dog that keep on popping off, you could give them a treat every step they turn. So remember, treat is at your hip. You walk towards the dog, treat. Make sure the 2 paws are still on there. So don't always keep on having them keep on going round in circles. So now we're going to go the other way. Hand is still on my hip. Turn, turn, treat. Front. And then we're going to go turn, turn, and treat. Okay? Now, as your dogs are getting better at each game, you always want to move up the game to a higher level. So they're using their brain and they're using their body. Plus, it's going to make you use your brain too, because you have to keep up with your own dogs. What are they going to learn today? How are we going to do everything today? So today we went through things that you can use as outside. Tala, sit, sit. And we learned things that we can use for our inside. So always remember, we have to have a play session in between everything, right? So they worked hard today. They played in between their sessions. They had 3 sessions. They had 15 minutes in between each session. They had fun. So let's let them have fun together. We have a new toy. We're gonna play. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Let's go. Woohoo! Remember to play with your dogs. That's all about bonding. Remember, we bond with our kids. We just don't work them. We just don't get exercise. We do everything. We're gonna get it, we're gonna get it, we're gonna get it. Let's have fun! Now you guys have to remember, when you first get your dog, you gotta start bonding with them. Come here. Good job. You have to start bonding with them first. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks for them to understand that this is their house. So what you're gonna do is do little tricks like sit, lay, treat them all the time, play with them a lot. Make them understand that you are a fun, exciting person. So you're gonna walk him, and if you have multiple pets, you're gonna walk them as a pack. It's all about the pack stuff, right? So we're gonna walk him, we're going to play with him, and we're just gonna be all out patient. Remember, there is no yelling, No screaming. He is a new family member to your household. Doesn't matter if he's a puppy or a 3-year-old dog. You still need to be patient about your training. He's such a great foster dog, don't you think? Wolf Project Rescue. This is Mills. You guys all have fun. Remember to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, yes, and share.